They'll go to the ground. At the 35, he's loose. Breaks into the open. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important to their responsibilities.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Gets the back moving. Looking downfield on first down. Working that left side. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Well, that's going to have some people scratching their heads because they've been doing such a good job running the ball in this drive, and then in a short yardage situation on third down, they decided to throw it. And so now what do you do?
Well, they're certainly not out of field goal range here, but they want to try to pay off this drive with a touchdown. They'll go for it on fourth. Grabbed in the backfield. It's battle. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. The Seminoles racing to the line in the hurry-up. Trying to move them on the counter. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Seminoles. I can hear the defensive coordinator in the next booth yelling, "Wrap up! You have to wrap up!"
Bring your feet. 4 points of contact. You hear all those stuff from your defensive coaches. But you know what? Sometimes the guy's just better than you. He makes a play and gets in the end zone.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Looks like he's going to bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Got the first down and more. And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. On the ground, it's Burns. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Rushes on him. Stands in and takes the hit. Pulls it in on the left. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
You know, it's one thing to have all the accolades preseason and have all the expectations, but it's another thing to be able to go out and execute week in, week out. He's done that. He now has over 1,500 receiving yards on the year.
And the Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Pressure coming. Oh, he's got some space. Guys, let's talk a little bit about North Carolina. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Looking down the middle. Touchdown, Tar Heels. Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. The give to the tailback. Fighting off the defender. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Keep it on the ground. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense, kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
Looking to the big tight end. Grabbed in the middle. It's Ballard. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. The Noles want to crank the tempo. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Gets it out fast. Touchdown, Noles! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. Found his open target. Accurate throw. And 2 plays through the air, and they've got 6 points on the board.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. throw on first down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 25.
And he's been the go-to guy all year long. Like, he's in the top 5 in all of college football in receiving yards for a reason. They're going to find him because he's always open, making plays. This dude has been unbelievable. He's being mentioned in the Heisman conversation. That is really hard to do as a wide receiver. So that shows you what kind of special year this young man's having.
Breaks the tackle. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Rides to back and leaves it. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little time with his feet. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Hauls it in. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Second down, they'll go to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Burns. Touchdown, UNC! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Will we see more offensive firepower on display, or will the defenses finally find their footing? We're ready to go here in the second. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Wants to go up top on first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you can tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he hurt him.
They'll move the wide receiver. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. He hurls one deep down the left side. A full dive to haul that one in.
And we're going to call his name a lot today because this dude, he had over 100 last week. He has over 100 almost every single week because he's a staple in this offense. Puts up big numbers, makes big plays, and that's why he's also in the Heisman Trophy conversation. A wide receiver in that debate is special. This dude is special.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on those body blows so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Motion from the back. He wants to start this drive with a pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. This guy hoping to join that long line of big playmakers for Florida State, whether it's Rashad Green, Kez McCorvey, or, of course, the great Peter Warrick.
Yeah, finding those guys on the outside with game-breaking speed that you can build your offense around, that you know you can consistently throw the football, get Doak Campbell Stadium rocking, get everybody excited about Florida.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play. Get the football back.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. A blown opportunity, missing that short field goal on the last drive, and now they'll try to put something on the board here. Here comes the heat. He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, North Carolina.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Texas A&M is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Johnny Manziel, and they are right back in this. They're trailing by 11 to Alabama. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game...
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And this defense forces another fumble. And Johnny on the spot. He had one last week. He's got one this week. He just has a nose for finding the football.
Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Looking for a deep man. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. He'll try to take it back. Spin, still running. Down to the 36-yard line and some nifty moves to try to make a big play on the interception.
And this QB's put up a lot of numbers today and had a lot of success, but man, he makes his first mistake. And this defense, they finally capitalize, they get the big turnover and stop.
Yeah, they needed something to go their way finally against the pass, and they get it right there. Now, if you're this quarterback, you got to turn the page quickly. Obviously, they're not going to stop throwing the football. They've had tons of success with this game tonight so far. He's going to be able to have to bounce back from that interception.
And the Seminoles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. To the air, it's Little. Quickly complete. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
When you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job by the defense there. First off, getting pressure initially and then forcing him outside the pocket. After that, excellent effort. All eyes on the quarterback. And you see the speed this defense has. They're going to be putting a lot of heat on this guy throughout the game.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. He'll be stopped at the 44, knocked out of bounds there. The Seminoles will hustle to the line. The offense changing the play. Off play action. Bringing the heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab. It's Quinn. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big 4th down conversion.
That's caught. It's battle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. And the Noles have it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He makes a grab. And he will score. Touchdown, Florida State.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking to throw on first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tar Heels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on second down. Throws to the tight end. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affected the football game.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
What a great job by the defense, forcing a 3-and-out. Beautiful job in coverage there. This is going to set up a punt and get them the football back in great field position.
So from his own end zone, the punt is away. A fair catch called for and made. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll move the tight end. Looking to throw, it's Little. Got his man. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
And because the receiver was able to drive back to the QB on that curl route against man coverage, he was able to create a little bit of separation between him and the defender, and that was a big key in getting that first down.
Down to the 26-yard line and a first down. He leaves it with his back. Look out! Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Tight end now in motion. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Quick completion on the out route. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking downfield, it's Little. Going for 6. Touchdown Seminoles! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Well, that was a huge touchdown late here in the first half for their confidence offensively. They want to be able to keep this thing close, obviously, or take the lead going into the second half. So if they kick the extra point here, you tie it up. But you've also got the option here to be aggressive and try and take the lead with a 2-point conversion. We'll see what they do.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking downfield on first down. Floating away. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Tar Heels will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a...
Turning it on! Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line.
And those long shots, man, I tell you what, it takes a little bit longer to develop. So as a quarterback, you know you got to buy a little bit of time. Mad respect, man. Hanging in there, knowing he's going to get hit, but still making the big play down the field.
Wide receiver going in motion. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Finds his big tight end. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the second level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So don't even worry about the fake. Get your eyes focused and find the big fella to go make a tackle and make a play on the ball. Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that third down and short.
Touchdown, no! They look finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself and gets in for the score.
And he's going to bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. The give from the gun. He has the first and still on his feet. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going...
There he goes. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
Get you some of that. And with that completion, now he's over 400 yards on the day. That's a really, really good game for this quarterback. He's been almost flawless.
The Tar Heels will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Working that left side now. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And the Tar Heels can really attack on this 2nd and short. Gonna run it. It's Burns. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
Hey, man, it's hard to throw down here in the red zone. These windows are tiny and they close fast. So there was nowhere to go in the end zone there. That time having to check it down. Nice job by the defense rallying and making a tackle.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Slams it ahead. Touchdown, Tar Heels. And they take it in for 6 more points.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Pulls it in on the right. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
What a throw on first down, the first play of the drive. And I think sometimes quarterbacks are given an alert on a specific play. And what that means is maybe the ball was supposed to go to somebody else. But in pre-snap, if the quarterback sees a matchup he likes, he's given the green light to take the shot. And I think that's exactly what happened on that play.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Looking to throw, it's Little. Got a man, it's Battle. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down.
Well, there's a great example of the receiver working back to his quarterback on the curl route against man coverage. He drives back towards the football, makes the catch, and gets the first down.
Makes the catch. It's Battle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Great shot at a field goal from here. You don't want to be reckless and take it off the board, but you got to go for the score. He'll set up to throw. Grab near the marker. It's Chung. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
Really great job by the running back there on the angle route on third down. He sold it as if he was running to the flat, and at the last second put his foot in the ground and crossed the defender's face, making that an easy pitch and catch for the QB.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Snags it. Touchdown, Florida State. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
And he's going to bring this one out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Looking to throw on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Burns. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They go back to work in the final period of this one. On the run, it's Burns. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Second down, he'll throw it. They're working that left side. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Starting to feel a little pressure. Makes the grab. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Oh, he makes the catch. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that fourth down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy is not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having a slot receiver like that.
Wants to throw on first down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration. So my running back can fall forward just like that and get the first down.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, UNC! Like a Thanksgiving turkey, they're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, Dave. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
They punt it away on 4th down. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Tar Heels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. From the gun, give on the inside. Got enough space. Touchdown, North Carolina. They move on top here in the 4th.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown and, more importantly, take the lead.
Here comes the 2-point try. He wants to throw it. And he makes the catch. The 2-point conversion is good. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking for a man. It's Little. Pulls it in. It's Battle. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. I think that receiver really had two choices there. Catch the ball, or he was going to wear it in his chest.
Yeah, he was going to be maybe taking an ice bath after too many of these curl routes. He catches them in the body like that. This quarterback has a cannon arm.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback making adjustments. On 4th down, looking to pass. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And that's a play the quarterback would love to have back. Late in the game, trailing by only one possession on 4th down, it looked like there was a window to put that football in to get the catch, keep the drive going.
Got some room headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tar Heels. That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Makes the grab on the left. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Breaks into the open, and he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36.
That time the defense was in man coverage. There was nobody watching the quarterback, so when he took off to scramble, nobody home to make a tackle right away, and he shows you the athleticism, he shows you the speed, and also shows you great decision-making that time, deciding to tuck and run for a huge play on the ground.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Trying play action. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to sling it into the heart of the field. Touchdown, Seminoles! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. Sends it back in motion. Dropping back, it's Little. Grabbed behind the line, it's Chung. He's not quite going to get there, and the try for 2 fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. They'll snag it just inside the 10. And the returner goes down.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them, so a nice job being able to pounce back on that, and the head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
The give, and tick, 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 tick. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game. They came into this game with plenty of people putting them on upset alert, and they were ready for the challenge.
And they passed it with flying colors. And this is what you want to do as a team. You want to make these little statements across the season. And they proved, Palmer, the difference between them and the other team being ranked is wide, and there's a reason why.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equally, and they showed that here today. Dominating.
Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. And the Tar Heels inside the final minute trying to drain the clock. Looking to throw on first down. Extending the play. Plenty of time as he fires it to the right. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Dropping back, it's Little. Makes the grab, it's Chump. Able to work his way for 5 yards. He needs a lot more than that, but they did get the clock stopped.
I just love the awareness there, understanding where he is. He didn't get the first down, but he gets out of bounds. He knows he has a timeout in his back pocket, so he's still putting his offense in position here to drive the field, score, and win this game.
Wants to fire on second down. Here's a throw downfield late. Picked off! What a play by this defense!
That's a tough deal for the offense, right? I mean, you're trailing, it's late in the game, you're having to throw the football, you're just trying to make something happen, and all gets away from the quarterback, ends up in the hands of a DB. Nice job by the defense.
Looking downfield on first down. He's going to throw deep right side. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
The defense has not had an answer for this guy today. Already over 150 yards receiving. That time, the ball falls incomplete, but we haven't seen that happen too often today.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Going back to the well, another deep ball. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, and if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. He'll take another shot here. And as the ball falls incomplete, the clock strikes 0. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battles.